Leave the cold behind and welcome spring warmth in your Geauga Park District. Hike and breathe or walk and share on guided park tours. The sun lights the way to healthy spring adventures. Your fun begins at Geauga Park District.
Thank you, Your Honor. Looking at the factors here, the state is requesting a $5 million cash surety bond. And again, looking at the factors, the court is to consider the nature and circumstances of the crime charged, whether the defendant used or had access to a weapon, the weight of the evidence against the defendant, and the state would inform the court that a witness identified a car matching the defendant's vehicle leaving the scene after the shooting. The defendant was found with a suspected murder weapon in his vehicle. The defendant confessed to a third party that he had committed the offense, and there's GPS evidence placing the defendant at the scene of the crime. And he did utilize a firearm to commit this offense. So looking at those factors, they weigh heavily in favor of the state and a high bond. Additionally, another factor is whether the defendant is on probation, a community control sanction, parole, post-release control, bail, or other court protection order. And at the time of this offense, the defendant did have a pending misdemeanor case in Gainesville Municipal Court. He failed to appear for a hearing on June 24th. A warrant was issued, and there was a bond condition in that case that he had no weapons or firearms, so violating bond in that matter. Additionally, the court is to consider any considerations required under the Ohio Constitution, and primarily there is the community safety aspect of this. So that is the basis for the state's bond request. In addition to the $5 million cash assured bond, the state would also ask for the standard conditions, a GPS if you were to make a bond, and no contact with the victim's children, who are also his children.
Thank you, Your Honor. Considering that the main purpose of bond is to ensure the appearance of my client in any further hearing, I would ask the court to consider a reasonable cash bond, as Mr. Flakes pointed out. He has no prior criminal convictions. I understand that there's a pending misdemeanor that's pending. He is a lifelong resident of Northeast Ohio. He has deep ties to the community, including his parents, who live in Lake County. He does have 5 children between the ages of 9 to 16. Obviously, he understands that there will be no contact order with them. He is not in possession of a passport. Should this court set a reasonable bond, I don't believe he's at risk to not appear.
The court is concerned with the community safety, of course. Also, he doesn't appear for a misdemeanor. The court's very concerned about that.